Welcome to another episode of the Cycle Breakers podcast with Dr. Marlene Philip, where healing runs deep, cycles are broken, and thriving relationships and lives are created. I'm your host, Dr. Marlene Philip, trauma therapist, life and neuro coach, here to help you heal, grow, and thrive in life and love. Let's dive in. So, in today's episode, it's one of my favorite, the myth of relationship timeline. Stop rushing. Some of you need to hear that. So let's talk about timelines. You know that invisible checklist society hands us: married by 30, kids by 35, career at its peak by 40. You know what I mean? Sounds familiar, right? Listen, some of us treat life like it's a race, like there's some finish line where we're all sprinting toward. But who set that finish line? Like, who did that? And why are we all running so fast? I remember feeling like this at one point. I felt like I was behind. And oh boy, I felt like I was behind because some of you may have known my story. High school dropout, at 13, 14, I was pregnant. So according to society's checklist, I wasn't really meeting any of it, right? So I felt so behind and like a failure. Like I'd missed some invisible deadline, watching my friends get engaged, watching them graduated from college, they're having their career, and I was out here just confused. Don't even know what it is that I want to do in my life. Watching all these social media highlight reels, and it really created this pressure like I was supposed to catch up. But here's what I've learned, and boy, have I learned. I'm so grateful that I have learned this. You cannot be late to your own life. I'm going to say that again. You cannot be late to your own life. You are not behind. So take that pressure off. This pressure really isn't just about relationships. So even though I'm talking about the myth of the relationship timeline and how we need to stop rushing to get married at a particular time, societal expectations and all of that. But it's about our self-worth, because somewhere along the line, we equated being on time with being enough. But life isn't like that at all. We are all like, why are we all trying to hit the same milestones at the same time? Like, we are on our own individual, unique journey. Your journey isn't late. It's custom designed for you. My journey isn't late. It's custom designed for me. So why are we comparing, right? Why are we comparing our journey, other people's timeline? I want you to imagine this. Imagine planting 2 seeds. One sprouts in a week, right? The other takes months before you even see a hint of growth. So I'm going to ask you this. Would you dig up the second seed and call it a failure? No, you're not going to do that. You're not going to do that, right? Because you are going to trust that it's growing roots beneath the surface, preparing for its own time to bloom. Now, let me ask you this. Are you honoring your season, or are you rushing to harvest before the roots are ready? Are you choosing relationships because they're aligned with your heart, or because they're aligned with someone else's timeline? Be very careful with that. Be very careful with that, because we can get so caught up with timelines that we feel pressured to get into things, to choose a job or relationship or all of that, just to say, or just to check off the list, the checklist, society's checklist. The only checklist we need to check off is God's. That's it. And we got to break free from the timeline trap. And one way to break free from the timeline trap is to redefine success according to you. What does success look like for you beyond society's expectations, right? Not what they want you to accomplish. So maybe success isn't a ring on your finger, or it isn't going back to school, or taking that other degree, but peace in your heart. I don't know. And I'm not saying something is wrong with having a ring or that's, I mean, who wants it? That's great. But we shouldn't be in a state of desperation that we choose because we are pressured by the timeline. No. So redefine success. Another way you can break free from the timeline trap is to detach from external validation. So stop letting other people's milestones make you question your own, because their timeline isn't your template. Mic drop. Their timeline isn't your template. Okay? And finally, trust divine timing. There's a reason certain things haven't happened yet. Not because you're unworthy, but because your growth requires more time. Remember the seed, right? The right things won't miss you. Absolutely. What is for you is for you. You are going to have it. So there's a certain peace that comes when you realize that you're not behind. And that's how I felt. You know, you're just on your own path. When you know that, oh my goodness, the peace that comes with that is so amazing. And I had seasons where I felt delayed, frustrated. I felt even forgotten. I was like, God, what's happening here? But looking back, I realized those were the seasons where I was growing the most, even if it wasn't really visible on the surface. So I'm going to leave you with this as I close. Remember, you are not late. You are not behind. You are exactly where you need to be. If today's episode resonated with you, remember to subscribe, leave a review, and share this podcast with someone who is ready to break cycles and thrive in life and love. For more tools and resources, visit my website at www.drmarlenephilip.com. There you're going to find tools, resources. You can also join my Cycle Breakers community, where we meet once a week and talk about ways to break cycles. So keep breaking cycles, and I'll see you in the next episode.